Donald Trump is a weak, petulant little president, and he knows it. He is trying to pretend he is tough by sicking his mass thugs on peaceful protesters, but it is backfiring on him, especially after one of the most disgraceful moments of attack on the city of Los Angeles that I have seen over the past couple of days was caught on camera, the unthinkable being done, and is going viral right now. Trump is furious because he's getting called out for it. We're going to get into it all, but before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way, and it really does mean a lot to me. Now, we are going to get into that moment, but before we do, I want to start with a little bit of context, which is the meltdown that Donald Trump had in the middle of the night, or I guess this morning, calling for troops to be sent to Los Angeles, and Governor Gavin Newsom's response. In the middle of the night, Trump made two insane posts reading, "Looking really bad in LA, bring in the troops." The other read, "Arrest the people in face masks now." Governor Gavin Newsom responded to this call for the Marines to be brought in an interview with Brian Tyler Cohen right here.
Do you have any confidence that Pete Hegseth will be as principled as Mark Esper was?
Pete Hegseth's a joke. He's a joke. Everybody knows it. So in over his head. What an embarrassment. That's just guy's weakness masquerading as strength. I don't even know he masquerades as strength. I mean, it's a serious moment. I mean, this Human guy, these guys, it's the band of misfits.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. This is serious. The people's lives are at stake. The reputation of this country is at stake. Great American cities and states. It's not just, this is a preview for things to come. This isn't about LA per se. It's about us today. It's about you, everyone watching tomorrow. I promise you. I mean, this guy's unhinged. Donald Trump is unhinged right now. And this is just another proof point of that.
Governor Newsom is absolutely spot on. Pete Hegseth is a joke, much like Donald Trump, who is just trying to cover for his weakness right now. And the same thing is being done with Pete Hegseth. He knows that Donald Trump is still furious with him, as we have gone over in recent reporting that he was showing war plans with China to Elon Musk, of course, over Signalgate, all of his failures. And so he's trying to project strength. He's trying to fall in line just because he is as weak as Donald Trump is. And it is disgusting that that cover-up, that projection is being used to attack the people of Los Angeles. This is some of the worst suppression of our rights we have seen during the Trump presidency. This attack on free speech, this demanding that people take off their face masks being used to protect themselves from tear gas, or else Donald Trump is going to come for them even harder. It is disgusting. And it only stands to get worse as Donald Trump claims that he is now sending in Marines. Before we get into the moment that was caught on camera, which is just so gross, I want to see an update on that from MSNBC right here.
As far as we know, there's only about 300 of the National Guard, California National Guard troops who are actually on scene. There are at least 3 different locations. But remember, this authorization is to federalize up to 2,000. So it would make more sense if they would work through, or they would use all 2,000 of those before they would turn to those Marines.
It is obvious what Donald Trump is trying to accomplish by calling for Marines to be sent in. It is the same thing that he was trying to accomplish when he sent in the National Guard. He is only seeking to fan the fires of fear, to stoke unrest that was not there before Donald Trump caused it. Gavin Newsom called that out again in his interview with Brian Tyler Cohen, and I want to take a look at that before we get into this shocking moment.
Did the National Guard need to come into California?
Of course not. He flamed the fires. This is exactly what he wanted. This is what he intended by illegally acting to federalize the National Guard. We're going to be initiating a lawsuit first thing tomorrow morning, and it did exactly what we told his team it would do. It would inflame the anxiety, would inflame the conditions, and the most important thing he can do if he wants this thing behind us is to rescind his order and to get back into some semblance of orderly life here that he created.
Donald Trump is trying to cause unrest. I know it, you know it, the people of Los Angeles know it, but what is so scary is that his thugs on the ground know it, and they are acting like it. They understand why they are there, and so they are attacking protesters, and they are attacking journalist, as we saw in what was maybe the most viral and certainly most disturbing moment from yesterday that I want to get into right here. Australian reporter hit by a non-lethal round during live report from LA immigration protest. An Australian television journalist was hit in the leg by a rubber bullet Sunday while reporting live from downtown Los Angeles on the large-scale protest over Donald Trump's immigration crackdown and subsequent deployment of California National Guard troops to the city. Video of the incident released by 9 News shows correspondent Lauren Tomasi, microphone in hand, reporting live when an officer behind her suddenly raises their firearm and fires a non-lethal round at close range. Tomasi, who doesn't appear to be wearing personal protective equipment, cries out in pain and clutches her lower leg as she and her cameraman quickly move away from the police line. "You just expletive shot the reporter," a voice off camera can be heard shouting. While I do not want to show the video and will have it leaked in the comments because it is deeply disturbing, one Twitter user said, "You can see the cop take aim and shoot directly at the reporter who is just, reporting. I get that these guys are under a lot of stress, but shooting at reporters is unacceptable." It is unacceptable. It is gross. But this is what Donald Trump wants to accomplish. He is trying to make the situation, which was peaceful, unrestful. Donald Trump wants to create unrest. Donald Trump wants to create intimidation. Even the LAPD called him out for it right here.
LAPD was not given advance notice that the federal operations would occur in that area. As a result, we were not pre-positioned to respond immediately to unrest related to those actions. Once the call for assistance came in, LAPD responded within 38 minutes. And that sounds like a long time, but I'll tell you why that is. The response was impacted by traffic, crowd density in the area with unrest occurring, hazardous conditions caused by tear gas that was previously deployed by federal agents at the...
Donald Trump has sent in the order, and now his thugs are carrying it out. We have known this for some time, though, that Donald Trump's attack was going to be carried out by ICE. It is deeply unsettling that they know what their job is. It is not to protect us. It is not to calm any tensions. No, it is to create them. But Democrats, especially Tim Walz, have been talking about this for some time. Just a few weeks ago, he called out Donald Trump's Gestapo-like police, using those very words in a speech that I think is very important for this moment.
And I'm going to start with the flashing red light. Donald Trump's modern-day Gestapo is scooping folks up off the streets. They're in unmarked vans, wearing masks, being shipped off to foreign torture dungeons. No chance to mount a defense, not even a chance to kiss a loved one goodbye, just grabbed up by masked agents, shoved into those vans, and disappeared. To be clear, there's no way for us to know whether they were actually criminals or not, because they refused to give them a trial. We're supposed to just take their word for it. And when duly elected members of Congress tried to exercise their constitutional right of oversight at an ICE facility, they get shoved around and threatened with arrest. And when courts told them repeatedly to knock it off, they brazenly defy them. Meanwhile, we have an aspiring fascist in Stephen Miller on TV talking about suspending habeas corpus. All of you know this. That's only used in times of rebellion or emergency, neither of which is happening right now. By the way, they're not only kicking out folks who are undocumented here, they're kicking out citizens. A few weeks ago, they kicked out 3 children, all under 8 years old. One of them had brain cancer, for Christ's sakes. It's not hyperbole to say we're not far from a world where anyone could get that knock at a door. And there's no guarantee you'd get your day in court or that you'd ever make it home alive from whatever corner of the world they stick you in. And then you have a vice president. When not getting chastised by various popes, he's offering up horrific arguments. Horrific arguments. It is his view that due process is optional. I don't know what the hell they teach at Yale, but the Constitution is pretty clear. It doesn't say only if it's convenient. It's crystal clear. Here's the thing. Due process isn't just lawyer speak. It's a right that stretches back centuries. It was wrested away from kings that heroes fought and died for. And we're just going to surrender it? Surrender it to Donald Trump, a guy whose only knowledge of the law is by being a criminal defendant himself. So, and I am going to talk about it. It's happening in front of our eyes. I'm going to talk about this damn jet. I don't know if you heard it. The president is getting this. I'm a little obsessive about things that really irritate the crap out of me and this type of stuff. Because this palace in the sky is getting from the Qatari government, which he gets to keep for himself when he's done. Let's be very clear. It's a flying bribe. Blatantly unconstitutional. Even worse, this whole deal was signed off on by the Attorney General of the United States. Ostensibly our nation's top lawyer, famously an independent job. But now, the Attorney General Pam Bondi is acting as the president's personal attorney. And weirdly enough, coincidentally enough, she happens to be a lobbyist for the government of Qatar. This is what the crumbling of rule of law looks like in real time. And it's exactly what the founders of this nation feared. A tyrant abusing power to persecute scapegoats and enemies. Look, I get it. There's nervous folks on my side of the aisle. They don't want us to touch any of this. I keep hearing this. Oh, the polling really, it sucks talking about this. It's a distraction from more important issues. Consultants said steer away from talking about this rule of law stuff. But caring about this stuff isn't partisanship or politics. It's patriotism. The rule of law is the whole ballgame. What you stand for is what makes America America. If we don't fight back now, why did we get elected and why did we become attorneys to defend the law? But there are those with power and money that are choosing not to fight. And that brings me to, I guess, a touchy subject maybe here. Big law. Granted, getting singled out by executive orders by the President of the United States will scare the crap out of you. Trust me, I get it. And I know it probably spooked their clients. But as any 1L here could tell you, those executive orders carry about the same constitutional authority as a ransom note. And the quality of the writing's about the same, too. Those firms are home to some of the nation's top flight lawyers. These are folks that know how to throw a punch. So did they fight back? Well, some did, and guess what? They've gone to court and won almost every case they fought back on. But some of the biggest firms, you know the ones I'm talking about, they caved. I hope you haven't signed with them yet. Those feckless firms let Donald Trump shove them into a locker. Now they're at his beck and call to do his dirty work for free.
Tim Walz was spot on then, and he's spot on now. We have to continue to call this out for what it is. We're going to be reporting nonstop on what is happening in LA on this show every single day. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and if you stuck around to the end, you can drop a blue heart in the comments. Until next time, I'll see you soon.